All right, so you would think it would be World War Rush. This is like, oh, well, So what's going on? Here's the thing. Here's what's happening. The White House, okay, and Barack Obama and the Democrats and the liberals are getting scared. They're getting nervous, okay? So they've got to seek and destroy. It's really what's going on. They've got to seek and destroy. And Rahm Emanuel, reports have it, actually put together this plan to try to break up the Republican Party, to break up the Conservative Party, because as long as we have a voice, as long as we're calling our senators and our congressmen and everybody, and we're standing up against all the socialist garbage, okay? Trillions of dollars in spending. I mean, worse than what Bush did. Obama's doubled it, and it's not stopping. This latest omnibus bill, 8,000? No, 8,000. It was 8,000 earmarks when Obama promised there'd be no more earmarks. You know what else Obama promised? Remember, he promised transparency? Now listen, all you liberals out there, okay? Democrats, liberals, listen. All you Obama people, remember when he said transparency? He said he would post every bill on the White House website for 5 days before we get signed so that the American public could view it and comment on it, and he could hear feedback before he'd sign it. That transparency. Well, I think if I remember correctly, there's been 5 or 6 bills passed already. None of them have been on the White House website. None of them. The only way we hear about what's going on is through dribs and drabs of the media. But have we seen it? You people that voted for Obama, have you seen it? No. You haven't seen it. He's breaking promises left and right. Okay? And the huge bailout. You know how much money, how many hundreds of millions of dollars was in there to initialize national health care? No, but you think that would be great. Forget personal responsibility. Forget, corporations stop being so greedy and stop being so darn selfish and actually start caring about their patients, caring about the people they sell the drugs to. Forget about all that stuff. But see, here's the thing. We are being heard. I saw stats come out this week. And let me ask you something, Democrats and liberals. Let me ask you a question, Obama people. Why is it that the talk of the fairness doctrine is coming around again? Why do they want to break up conservative talk radio? Because it's the most popular in the country. Because Rush Limbaugh has over 20 million listeners. 20 million. Because Sean Hannity is right up next to him. Bill O'Reilly's up there. Actually, O'Reilly, I think, is canceling his radio show now to pursue something in addition to his TV show. But, you got O'Reilly, and then you got Glenn Beck, who's nationally syndicated now up there. You got, tons of them. Now what's happening is the ratings have come out. And guess who? Top 3 programs on cable news. You got O'Reilly, Glenn Beck, Sean Hannity. Number 1 in cable news. Why isn't it Chris, I got to tingle up my leg Matthews? Why isn't it, why isn't it the CNN? Why isn't CNN number 1? It's the most trusted name in news. No, reports come out Fox News is number 1. Why is that? Oh, I know, because they're so biased, right? No, how about because they're presenting both sides? It's called fairness, Do they slant and lean conservative on a lot of issues? Sure they do. Because it's the right thing to do. But they let opposing views be heard. So now why is it that talk radio, conservative talk radio, is taken off like crazy? Why is it the top selling number 1 New York bestseller books are from conservative talk show people? Well, that's just because they have a talk show and they could advertise it more. Well, right, but people still have to be willing to buy it, right? See, 55 or 60 million of the people that voted against Barack Obama and these liberal, democratic, socialist policies have a voice. So the White House is going to attack Rush Limbaugh because they think that we follow Rush Limbaugh. See, that just shows how clueless Obama and his followers in the White House are. We don't follow Rush Limbaugh. We follow conservatism, Republican ideals, lower tax cuts, personal responsibility, pro-life platform, free market solutions. lessening our dependence on foreign oil. You know, these are the things that we follow, these ideas, these platforms, these policies, these ideals. That's what we follow. That's what we believe in, right? With our hearts, conservatives. You hear me out there. This is what we believe in. It's not Rush Limbaugh. And then Rush came out and said, hey, come on, Obama, let's debate right on the radio. Rush Limbaugh's got 600 radio stations. Gee, why is that? Because, just a few of these crazy wacko conservative Republicans are out there opposing Obama, right? Wrong. Limbaugh's got 600 radio stations for a reason. Not because he's doing mind magic from behind the golden EIB microphone. It's mind magic. Woo, follow me, follow Rush. No, it's because he makes sense. Because he's looked at the history. And he's seen how we've gotten out of recessions. He's seen how we've gotten out of bad economic times. And I'm sick and tired of you Democrat liberals out there saying that it was the policies of the Bush administration that caused all this economic mess. Most people don't, remember. The first 6 years of the Bush administration were okay. They were doing good. Remember, Dow 14,000, people owning homes was up. I mean, it was going fine. Now, what happened was when the Republicans went to the Senate, went to the Congress, and they said, guess what? We have a problem with Fannie and Freddie. We have a problem in the housing market. We need to get some regulation in there. Take a look on YouTube. Look for the actual videos. Guess who blocked regulation, which would have prevented the nightmare mortgage crisis that triggered the recession we're in now? Guess who blocked it? Wasn't Republicans. Wasn't Rush Limbaugh. It was the Democrats. It was Barney freaking Frank with his lover over there at Fannie Mae, and Chris Dodd, and Charlie Rangel with his, millions of dollars. And, I forgot I had a house down in the Caribbean islands. Whoops, sorry, forgot about that. It was all those guys. They blocked regulation efforts by the Republicans, which could have stopped this mess. Yeah. So go ahead, White House, attack Rush Limbaugh. It's not going to make a difference. Rush can stand for himself. He's done it for 20-something years. He's got 600 radio stations, and he's got the majority of the 60 million people behind him, I'm sure. Not all 60 million tune in, but I tell you what, we'd stand up behind him. Obama's breaking promises. He is driving this country hard left. You've even got Democrats coming out now, Evan Bayh and a few other ones saying, we're not signing this omnibus, but this is ridiculous. There's so much pork in this thing, it's not going to help the economy. You got Democrats going against Obama now. This guy wants to sign every earmark spending there is. He promised he was going to cut that out. I'm going to bring transparency. I'm going to hold government responsible. I'm not going to sign any pork barrel earmark spending. He's lying about all of that. And then this abortion thing, he already did enough by opening up federal funds for overseas abortions, but no, that's not enough. Now he's got to reverse the ban on embryonic stem cell research, even though umbilical cord stem cells have produced magnificent results. Spinal cord embryos have produced magnificent results. Adult stem cells can come up with the same solutions. Umbilical cord blood is of the purest type. Stem cells that are found in the umbilical cord. You know what I mean? You don't need to create an embryo. Hell, you're looking at something that used to be an embryo. You watching this video used to be an embryo. You were not destroyed. You were allowed to be born, allowed to be alive. Embryo, you're creating a life to destroy it. Okay? I'm sure Hitler said it was the same thing. Kill all these other people or else they're going to bring down the rest of us. And everyone went for it. It's just a socialist thing. He's going far left. He wants to pro-abortion as much as he possibly can. He wants to jack up the debt in this country as much as he possibly can. He wants to nationalize health care. Socialize this country. It's insane. Republicans, conservatives, even some like-minded independents out there, even some Obama people that realize this isn't what you signed up for, keep talking. Let your voice be heard. Maybe that's why some of these Democrats are turning it. Maybe they've been hearing from their constituents. We've got to continue to stand up. I sound like a broken record with this, but we've got to continue to stand up and be heard. Do videos like this. Do, whatever. Go to Twitter. Go to Facebook. Whatever. Don't get me started on my paranoid ideas about all them, to be used at some point. But right now, we can use that as a main effective way to get the message out of true conservatism and true Republicans. What they really stand for. What we really are. Russia ain't going to be phased. I'm not going to be phased. Viewers, don't be phased. Republicans, conservatives, stay strong, stay focused. Don't get involved in the baseless arguments. People are going to Bush lied, people die. Come on, you don't even waste your time. Let's just focus on getting our message out there. Continue to contact senators, congressmen, standing up for what we believe in. Okay, let's not stop now. In 2010, we'll get power back, and we'll put an end to all this crazy socialist, liberal stuff. But we've got to hang in there just a little bit longer. May God continue to bless us.